One time I went to Rikers Island in New York City, which is a big jail on an island. I was an art of living teacher, and I went there to introduce our programs for the youth division at Rikers Island. And I thought I was only going to be having a meeting with one of the superintendents there. So I went, so I was dressed a certain way for like a meeting, and I went into the jail, and they showed me around a little bit, and I talked to her in the meeting. She was very interested in our program, and she said, okay, now go talk to the 16-year-old division. I said, what? I wasn't prepared for that because I was just the one introducing the program. And when I walked into that room, it was like maybe 150 young boys. And I really thought, wow, you think, someone's in a jail or a prison, and you feel like, they're here, they did something bad, and they looked so innocent. They just looked so very innocent, like who knows what they did, or they got caught with some marijuana or something because their bigger brother had it, and they looked so innocent. I thought, no wonder if I would want to help these kids, I need to know that they're innocent and some mistake happened to them, and it was almost the only thing they could do because of their upbringing or their family. And I really felt like, this is the value of this wisdom, is that if you want to help someone who's even made big mistakes in the eyes of society, you really have to be able to have that compassion and see from their side. It was almost that they only had the choice to do that because that was all that they knew. And I did go on to teach. I never taught in Rikers Island in the jail, but I taught in some detention centers in New York City where they're high school students that got kicked out of school and suspended, or they got sent to jail. And then when they're on their way back from jail to get reintegrated, they have to go to school in a detention center. And there's 2 policemen in the room at all times. And one of the heads of the detention center asked me, please come teach your program. Yes for schools in this detention center. And I thought, these were the very kids we really should be helping. But when you go in there the first day, they yell at you and treat you with disrespect, and they're not interested in anything you have to say. And it took a lot of, I had to remind myself over and over, like, this is the way they are because of their upbringing. And if I can be the one to just take it without reacting and listen, then maybe eventually I can help turn them around. If I can not take offense to their terrible behavior or them calling me a name or whatever. And what I found is over 2 or 3 days of me just being willing to listen without reacting, without yelling back, by the 3rd day, they started to be curious and want to know what I was up to. And by the 4th day, I was able to teach them breathing techniques. And, by the last few days, they were like, miss, we don't want you to leave. Do you have to leave? Can you stay? So, yeah, that was an amazing experience of that, because in that situation, someone's treating you really not well, and you could yell at them or you could get upset, but if you can maintain your equanimity and peace of mind and realize, if people are acting like that, they actually need a lot of help, and you can remain calm, you can really help them.